Okay, we live? Good. Hey guys, I wanted to cut this quick video for you to tell you about something that's going to happen to you at some point. If it already hasn't happened, which it probably already has, you may just not realize it. Here's what's going to happen. You're going to have somebody who you know, who you trust, who's going to come to you and say, hey buddy, I've been researching this altcoin, this cryptocurrency, and they do X, Y, and Z. They have a great team. They're well established, blah, 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 got good investors. And by the way, tomorrow afternoon, they're going to be making a huge announcement that they're partnering with Google or Amazon or Boeing or Facebook or whatever. And I want you to get in on it, invest a couple $100 because you're going to turn that into $2,000 overnight. And you're going to flip out and you're going to say, okay, I'm going to do this. And you are going to go to a site like Coinbase to get your account set up so that you can take your US or Canadian dollars and buy a cryptocurrency to exchange for the one that your friend is telling you about. But here's what you're going to discover. First of all, you can only fund your account to a maximum of $100 on Coinbase in most cases. Okay, so it doesn't matter if you're a billionaire. That's the limitation there. The other thing is they have to go through an identity verification process with you that's going to take hours or days. I have no idea what the backlog is, but it takes time. And by the time you do that, you're going to realize, oh shit. And then tomorrow's going to come, the announcement's going to happen, and you're going to watch this thing skyrocket, and you're going to watch it happen right before your eyes that you just missed out on a huge opportunity because you weren't ready. So the point of this video is I'm not trying to convince anybody to invest in cryptocurrency. I can tell you, I sure as hell wish that I had been when people were telling me about it years ago. I had a friend of mine who's an IT guy who he came to me and two friends and said, hey guys, I think we should invest $5,000 in a computing system to mine Bitcoin. Like, we all know how stupid that sounds because all of us are complete ignorant idiots. If I had done that, if I had just taken maybe 5 minutes and actually researched this to try to get to understand a little bit, I know I would have caught on. I just thought it was stupid, didn't pay any attention. Guess how many tens of millions of dollars that cost me? Ignorance sucks. So you may never invest in crypto. That's totally cool. I'm not here to convince anybody to do that. In fact, I'd encourage you to just get educated first and then make some educated decisions. Don't go in gambling because there's so much of that garbage going on right now. But what I'm trying to tell you to do is just go to these sites. I have them listed below. You first of all you have to go to a site like Coinbase and get that set up so that you can connect that to your bank account, or you can actually purchase Bitcoin and Ethereum, etc. with your credit card. Okay. From there, you're going to take that Bitcoin, Ethereum, or Litecoin, or whatever currency you invest in, and you're going to send that to an exchange where these smaller altcoins are going to be. So if your friend comes to you, that's where those are going to be. You can't go to those exchanges directly and put in your credit card and buy it like that. The exchanges take even more time than Coinbase. I've seen them take up to 2 or 3 weeks before verification happens, and there's so much activity going on right now that it's taking a long time. So that's why I'm just telling you, stop this video, stop whatever it is you're doing, or set some time aside and go do this. If you want me to hold you accountable, message me your comment and I will hold you accountable to get this done, because it takes no time to do. It takes like 10 to 15 minutes max. They're not going to ask for your credit card. They're not going to require you to spend money. I would recommend personally, at least put in that first $100 into your Coinbase account. It's going to cost you a couple bucks in transaction fees, max, nothing. You can always take that out. But at least that way you got the $100 in there, which means now you can put in $250. I think that might take, you have to wait a week or something. I think it takes a week after you've done that first initial funding. But go do it, please, because you're going to have this happen. You're going to kick yourself if you're not ready. It's happening all the time. It's happening to you. You don't even know it, but it is going to happen to you where somebody's going to bring it to your attention. You're going to watch it, or they're going to message you and say, look at what happened. And you weren't ready. Okay. Don't be one of those people. Please go do this.
Since you're an investor and you invested in so many companies like Twitter and Snapchat and Facebook, are you invested into blockchain and Bitcoin?
So I bought Bitcoin in 2014. So I just need all of you to eat that for a minute. Okay? So, Marquise, listen, I think blockchain's way bigger than people realize. Like, people are fucking with it like on a Bitcoin level, then people a little smarter on the Ethereum level. But when you understand what the blockchain is, my big thing with the blockchain is it can literally overthrow America and China and Russia It's that powerful. It's a platform of trust, and we can do shit with each other, and everybody else is out.
The dizzying ascent continued today. For the first time ever, the digital currency jumped past $18,000. 10 years ago, didn't even exist.
If you extrapolate where all this stuff is going, if you look at, I mean, if you're correct, and if over the next 20 years, Bitcoin really does emerge as not just an acceptable currency worldwide, but it's right up there with everything else, and maybe even preferred by a lot of people that are in the know or tech savvy or what have you. If that really does take place, it's going to slowly but surely erode a lot of the major problems that we have with society today, as far as this government having massive amounts of control over the economy, and the banks being the ones who sort of enforce the kind of laws that have allowed the mortgage crises and allowed these bubbles to occur, and also to fund and help fund the politicians that enable them to keep these laws in place. I mean, all of that sort of is, a lot of it is because of power. And a lot of that power is going to go away if something like cryptocurrencies emerge as being the predominant way that we use and exchange money.
Bitcoin, in my opinion, is significantly undervalued, even though it has already gone up 2,000% this year.
I say hands down, you are the best person to talk to about Bitcoin, because you understand it, and as you know better than anyone else, you can relate it in real terms with real consequences to other people. You know, I know people are watching and they're like, oh, I get it. Finally, I get it.
There is no end to this rabbit hole. The deeper I go, the more I see. The more I see, the deeper I go.
The internet of money is a very powerful expression because it really explains what this is. This is the internet of money, which means it's open, borderless, global, and requires no permission to participate.